Welcome back to Yellow Butterfly Craft Design. My name is Melissa McGuire, and I have a few Christmas, what I would call shadow boxes, to show you today. These boxes each came from packaging that I had gotten when I bought other products. This first little shadow box thing that you're seeing is from Hobby Lobby, and it is one of the holders for the little wood pieces that you can buy. I decided that I didn't want to use all 6 boxes, so I cut the middle section out using an X-Acto knife. I did this with 2 different boxes that I had, and then I painted one red and one green. For the red one, I used a red chalk paint, and for the green one, I used a green forest color acrylic paint. Both took about 2 coats to cover completely. You can put almost anything in these little shadow boxes. These 2 shadow boxes here are not very deep, so whatever I put in them, it had to be something thin and somewhat small. The other 2 shadow boxes that you will see later on in the video, they are a bit bigger and deeper, so you can add more to it. For this little green shadow box, I used some ornaments that I got from Walmart. I glued them in with hot glue, and then I wanted the twine to be able to be seen like it was hanging in the different spaces for the shadow boxes. So I put just a tiny bit of glue up at the top, pushed the twine down, and then cut the rest of the twine off of it. That way it looks like it's hanging from the top piece in the box. I used 3 different ornament sets from Walmart. Each one are they're the mini ornaments. Walmart has so many to choose from. And I just glued each one in until I was satisfied with the way that it looked. I really do like how this shadow box is pretty plain and pretty simple. This is something that you could put in a tiered tray. I think that some tiered trays, this box would be small enough. It's not something big that I think that you would want to hang on a wall, but you could, because I've made 2 of them, but they look very different. They're not the same orientation, and they're not based upon the same decorating style for each box. A friend of mine asked me if she could have these, and she wants to put them on her bar at Christmas. I did want to jazz this one up a little bit more. I thought it did look a bit plain, so I did add a small bow, and that was from Hobby Lobby. This next little box, I used some wooden house ornaments from Walmart, and then some teeny tiny bottle brush trees that were from the Dollar Tree. That's the only place that I have seen bottle brush trees that are that small. Now, the packs of ornaments had several houses in it, but I had to choose the ones that were for sure going to fit in the space that was provided. But then I was left with the big open space in the middle. And you have a couple options for this. You can use stickers to write stuff in it, or you can use your die cut machine for it. I chose to use an ornament that came from Dollar Tree. The ornament wouldn't sit completely against the back of the shadow box because it was too big in that aspect. So You're going to see me here try it at first to see how secure it would be. It was not secure at all. After realizing that, I took some tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree and glued that on the back of the word joy, and then glued the tumbling tower blocks to the shadow box. And that is what is holding that joy ornament on. Also, I did add a little red truck, and that little itty bitty thing came from Target in their Bullseye Playground. They got a lot of really cute little ornaments and little presents and things like that, which you'll see here in a bit in one of the other shadow boxes. But I really liked the little stuff that they got in this year for Christmas. I really hope you like these two projects. This next craft is another box that was packaging for a train set. I first painted it with white Waverly chalk paint, and then I did the outside of the box and the edges of the box with some black Waverly chalk paint in ink. Once it was dry, I started laying out my little figures that I had purchased. Some of them are from Hobby Lobby and others are from Walmart. After I was happy with how I thought they looked, I did start gluing them in. I had some small bottle brush trees that were silver with glitter on them, and they were too tall for the box. To remedy this, I cut what would be the stem off of them and then glued them back down onto their wire piece. That is how I made these little trees fit in the space. All in all, this project was super easy and it went together really quick. The only thing that takes any time is waiting for the paint to dry. And if you have a heat tool or a hair dryer, anything like that, you can speed this process up a lot. I thought that this needed some kind of sign on the top of it. So I took a truck ornament from Dollar Tree and took it apart and hot glued it to the top of the box. That finished up the project once all of the other little minifigures were glued on. What do you think? I love the little Santa gnomes the best. This final box was another piece of packaging for, I believe, a Melissa and Doug set with a fire truck. These packaging boxes are really sturdy and heavy, and they are really great to craft with. Don't overlook stuff like packaging and things like that when you're looking for things to craft with. To start this box, I painted it just like I did the last one. The inside of it is white Waverly chalk paint, and the outside is black Waverly chalk paint and ink. Next, I measured the little boxes and cut paper to coordinate to fit inside of the boxes. I started laying out my different little mini figures. The gnomes are from Walmart and Hobby Lobby. The wreaths are from Hobby Lobby. You're going to see a tree that's from Target, along with the little presents that I glued in. I just picked what I found and what I had in my stash to put on this. I did want this one to be all gnomes and nothing else. I did leave the top part open so that I could add a heading to it or a greeting, whichever. And for that, I used my Cricut and cut out the words and applied that with my transfer tape. This little project is definitely one of my favorite. I absolutely love this little box. It is perfect. I did feel that the top needed a bit more color. So after I got the transfer put down for the words, which says Christmas with my gnomies, I took some ribbon that I had that had gnomes on it, and I tied a bow and I hot glued that to the top of the box to finish off the project. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and comment which project was your favorite. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.